It is the first podcast episode of the year on the first day of the year, the 1st of January 2024. Happy New Year's. Let's take a look at how things went in 2023 for African Couch Potato, the mashup. The African Couch Potato, ACP, started on the 18th of July for no other reason other than the fact that it was Mandela's birthday, which meant that every year from here on, every time somebody says, "Happy birthday, Tata," we know that it's our birthday as well. We have since grown to about 24 territories or countries. Some of them are Johannesburg, Pretoria, Cape Town, Durban, Bloemfontein, East London, Tabazimbi in Limpopo, and my very own hometown, Witbank. In the rest of Africa, people have been listening in from Nairobi, Lagos, Accra, Mbabane, which is in Eswatini, and Maseru, which is where my dad is from, in Lesotho. Our biggest region outside of the continent is North America, where people have been streaming in from New York, Washington, Miami, San Francisco in California, Dallas, which is in Texas, which is where Queen Bee, Beyonce, was born. Other areas include Tokyo, London, Paris, Toronto, Brussels, and a town in India called Pune, where the ashes of Mahatma Gandhi are scattered in the Aga Khan Palace. So we are very, very grateful that you guys listen in wherever you are in the world and on whatever platforms that you listen in on, such as your Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, Google Podcasts, and Deezer. That's correct. We are on over 16 platforms currently, and all you have to do is search for African Couch Potato, the mashup, and you can listen to everything we've done in 2023 and now moving forward into the new year, 2024. I also want to take this chance to thank my guests, Sparky Kulu, who was the first guest onto the podcast, and he's really the one that opened doors for everybody else. After Sparky, we had Amuhelang, Jefferson Shabalala, Shonisani Masuta, Shalate Sekabi, Sanele Zulu, the director, Jack Devnarain, Nolwazi Shange, Sipiwe Hlabangani, Banele Peacemaker Mtebele, Chad Pop, Mfanele Njogo, our rising star, Pearl Shozi, and the ever-crazy Zola Hashatsi. What can we expect in 2024? Well, we will be doing more listener recommendations. Here are a few recommendations that I got in 2023 but didn't get around to. The one is called Afterlife, which was sent through by Takira, who works at SABC Sport. The second one is from my English teacher, Mrs. Griffiths, and it's called The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar on Netflix, which I absolutely hated, and it broke her heart because she thought I would like the otherness of it, but she is still strong enough to recommend more stuff for me to watch, so I'm just waiting for her. The third one was from Diane Egling called Painkiller, which was dope. You can find it on Netflix. And from the original cool car chick Zipporah, she sent through Homewrecker, which I wished was never made because it is so horribly bad. Then the last one was Shaina, which is a Zimbabwean production, and that was sent through by Fatsai. Speaking of recommendations, here are some local films that came out at the end of last year for you to quickly binge on before we properly get started into the new year. The first one is called The Queenstown Kids, and that's on Netflix. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was beautifully shot, and it's a great stories from riches to rags, where a prolific soccer player loses everything, forces him to go back to his hometown. His son is a rising star, and he has to help his son carry on the family legacy. Number 2 is Can You See Us? Also on Netflix. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Then we have Love, Sex, and 30 Candles, which is also on Netflix, and that one was a 4 out of 10. It is the story of a group of friends, all female. One of them is the child of Somizi Mhlongo. The other is Candice Mudisele. It's one of those novel turns into film, but everything goes absolutely flat because 1, there's no clear storyline. 2, there's too many things happening. And 3, it just feels so desperately put together that you wonder if these girls will ever work again. Then Miss Education, There's only 6 episodes out on Miseducation. It's one of those series like Blood and Water where they'll give you the first installment and end it on a cliffhanger. Then you go to the second installment. So I haven't rated it. I've watched all 6 episodes. You guys can also watch and let me know your thoughts while we wait for the remaining ones to come out. A new one is called Runs in the Family on Netflix. Then there's Your Christmas, which is the story of Thandi, a 30-year-old single lady whose mom asks her if she has a boyfriend when she's having kids, and she lies and says, yes, I do have a love interest and I'll bring him over for Christmas lunch. And it's just that madness and messiness of her trying to find a partner to bring home for Christmas lunch. We have Magenta Call, also on Netflix, Six in the City, not to be confused with Sex in the City. It features 6 comedians, a group of friends who one of them is like the rich guy. His girlfriend scams him out of his furniture, and they basically have to go over to Cape Town and try comfort him for the loss of both his fiance and furniture. We have My Girlfriend's Father, which is on Prime, Courting Anati, also on Prime, and The Honeymoon, which features Minnie Dlamini as she desperately tries to claw back into the local television industry. Showmax came out with Adulting 2. Adulting is that show that's about sex and young men who go around having more sex or drinking alcohol. They've come back with a season 2 that has more sex and more alcohol. We end that list with 1802, which is also on Showmax. So if we had been counting, it's 13 recommendations because my birthday is on the 13th of this month, the 13th of January. I will be back again next week as we get into the best black comedies of all time. For now, that's African Couch Potato on Instagram, African Couch Potato on TikTok, and African Couch Pod on Twitter. Goodbye and keep binging.